Hey guys.
Here we are again.
We're back.
We're back with the one and only word of the day.
Where we take our bag, which is right here, we have words in it. We shake it up. Like this. Show you guys. And Teresa's going to reach in there and get a word.
I'm going to get a word. Let's see. Look. I'd rather switch this. Look. That's why. We had a different word in there, but we had a reason to switch it. Okay, words. Not a bad one. Cry.
Cry. All right. So, the word of the day is cry.
Yes, it is.
Let's see.
Wow. You could use this word as, hold on here. You could use this word as a good or a bad. A happy cry or a sad. You know, like, it doesn't just have to be something upsetting to you. It could be something that was happy for you that you cried about. Trying to think about cry. Or you could use it as a laughter. You cried.
That's true.
You laughed so hard you cried. So, it goes for multiple things.
Well, I cry at, like, movies, like Disney movies, and, like, movies that just get you, like, have, like, a very sad plot.
Yeah.
I'll cry at those.
Yeah. There are times that me and Kerry laugh so hard we cry, like, either she could say something or I will, and we'll literally laugh so hard you see tears coming down our face because it was that funny.
It's true.
And sometimes you tell people, like, people will go like, what were you laughing at? What was so funny? And they don't get it because you had to be there. You know those moments where you had to be there to see it? We have a lot of those be there to moments, you know? Be there to see it moments.
Let's see. I don't know, things that are just sad in general, like losing the people that you love, makes you cry. Thinking about them makes you cry. The daily struggles. Just of life, like just money and work and this and that, and just things that people say can make you cry, and the way people make you feel. It's a lot of things.
Definitely. You could get a crying moment, like, you know, like, it could be something touching. It could be something touching to you so much that it hits that spot here that you just, can't help but cry, you know? I'm trying to think of stuff I've cried at. I've cried at,
Cry at weddings.
Yeah, of course. You cry at weddings, you cry, all that stuff. I cried today a little bit because we got our placements for September. And actually I knew beforehand, before the mail came, one of the ladies I worked with texted me and showed me where I was. She's like, oh, you're not going to believe this. And I didn't know what she was going to send me. And when I seen it, I literally, like, I couldn't help it. I got, like, a little filled up because...
Yeah, because, I mean, I was extremely happy for her because, you know, she's been doing this for 10 years and, I mean, she's been saying, like, all I want to do is just... I doesn't mind being a one-on-one with a kid.
No, I don't mind being a one-to-one because regardless if you're a one-to-one or an aide, you're doing the same job.
Yeah, but
sometimes when you're a one-to-one, like, you know, like...
If the student's absent, you have to get moved.
Yeah.
Or if the student moves, then you have to get switched out of your class.
And this year I was actually a classroom aide.
Yeah, so she's seen it, and she...
I was like, what? I'm an aide? And I literally, like, started crying.
And plus she's with the boy that she absolutely loves.
Yes, the one that I was talking about.
Both of them combined, like, got, like, it wasn't a sad cry, it was
Happy.
like it was a shock, like, she couldn't believe it, which I said to her, I said, if you just sit back and don't think about it, it'll come. And it's true, it proves that she didn't complain, you know, and it actually worked out for her.
Trying to think.
I cry when I have my period a lot, like I do right now. I'm very, very emotional, like I'm very, very crazy.
Yes.
I do.
Oh my god. I cry over every little... Honestly, sometimes, there are times where I'm so, like, like strong about things, and I'm like, wow. And then there are times where I'm such like a big emotional bag of like.
Well, she's a big bag of emotions.
There
like,
you go. I'm saying it all
sometimes,
twisted.
like, I'm the same way. But you know what? Then I've noticed that's just how women are. Like, we go through those hormonal issues, and sometimes it's true. You're so strong, and you're just like something bad could happen, and you
lose it.
You're fine 1 minute. The next minute you could be talking about it, and you just bust out crying because you try to fight. And it's like my grandmother says, sometimes you just need a good cry, and it helps. Like she says, you release those emotions, and even if you talk to somebody that you care about it, like, oh, I just want to get this off my chest. Why did this happen? Why did that happen? And even if you might not have the answer, just expressing it to someone helps a big deal too.
Yeah.
So, you know.
And also, I hate seeing people cry. Like, I really hate, like, no matter where you are, it could be family or friends, like, I hate when you see somebody cry because, again, it could be anything, but most of the times when you see somebody cry, you can tell on their face if it's a happy or a sad, like, if the person looks obviously down and depressed, and I hate that because then sometimes you don't know what to say, depending on what they're crying about, you know, and if it's something, like, major in their life, you don't know what to say because you're like...
just, honestly, all you could do is you could just sympathize,
yeah.
Like, if it's something you can understand and relate to, you could talk to them about it. If you can't, you could just say, I'm really sorry. All I could do is I could just give you a hug, whatever it may be, just to know that I'm here for you, you know.
Yeah.
It's true that you do feel really bad for people.
Crying. Sometimes they say if you cry, and even if you don't have to cry, even if you're not sad or you're not mad or upset, they sometimes say even if you just cry, that it releases a lot of stuff with you too, because it just kind of like, it's kind of like a refreshing moment. Like, you cry, even, again, you could be laying in bed, not thinking about anything, and you're just like, sometimes if you just cry, like, it just helps. Like, I know a lot of people are going to hear that and be like, you girl's a psycho, but I'm being dead serious.
No, it's true. I mean, it happens, like I said, everybody does it. Even men cry, not just us ladies. You know, some men are very emotional and everything.
Well, they do say real men cry. Like,
yeah.
Not to be mean, I'm not saying that, you know, but most of the time, the ladies cry, and the men sit there, and they're all, like, tough with that face, like, oh, no.
Look at me. And
yeah, but not true. Because when you see a man actually cry, whether it be over something sad or happy, it makes you feel good, too, because you're like, wow, that just shows the kind of heart that the guy I'm talking to or is dating is dealing with. You know, like, when a guy cries to me, it actually makes me feel better because I feel like he has more
of a heart and
yeah.
he gets things.
When you
know?
see a guy sitting there with not crying, like, I'll be honest, speaking of that, even our dad,
like
he won't cry, but you will see his eyes get filled up.
Yeah, like
if we're talking about my other sister, Lauren.
If we're talking about my mother sometimes,
yeah, or if we're
gets
talking
emotional.
Our grandfather, which is his father. You know, there are times where you'll see it in his eyes, like where he won't literally tear and have to, but he will get, his eyes will be all
you'll
watery.
see like his eyes get like that glassy look.
Yeah.
And you could see like that it gets to him. Like certain things like are just like a touchy topic.
Yeah.
But
So that's another person too, like, because he's one that never. Because, I mean, I love my dad to death.
He does not show emotion.
And there are times where you sometimes wonder, not even just emotion, like, you wonder, like, is he really, like, hearing you, what you're saying? Like, oh, Dad, you know, I heard, blah, blah, blah. And he looks at you, and his reaction is, yeah, I know. And
he just kind of looks at you blankly, like, yeah, I know,
you know,
isn't that sad? Like,
and I'm just like, but, you know, I mean, not saying that he doesn't feel anything inside of him, but he doesn't show it.
No.
So that's why when you do see him get filled up, you kind of have to, like,
it's like, I've seen him get filled up, and it even made me cry. Like, I'm like, oh my God, I never see you cry. Like, it's true. Like, I'm just getting filled up thinking about it now, because I'm like, it's true. I can think about it, and you're like, crying.
I'm not getting filled up thinking about it.
Of course.
No, I do, but not about that subject. Like, wow, because I'm thinking about my dad getting filled up now. Sorry. Crying, like, oh my God, like, how can I say it?
Crying is like a medicine in a way, and to some people, sometimes it just eases the pain if you're going through something. It's kind of like if you know, it's true. It's some people, they do it often. Like I say, I cry every day because, you know. Do
you ever cry and scream at the same time? I've done that.
Yeah.
And it feels even better.
Sure, it does. It relieves a lot of frustration.
there was one morning, right?
Oh, God.
So we're getting ready for work. We don't have a car, so we have to, you know, depend on our friends giving us lifts to work, or we take a taxi cab in the morning. So we're waiting. Most of the time, the company that we go with are pretty good. They either get here early or on time.
Yes.
So we don't really have a problem. But there are a few times where they are 10, 15, 20 minutes, even 30 minutes late. And the later they get us, it's worse for us. Like, don't get me wrong. We never get to work, like, super, super late. But to
There are
us...
times like you're like right on the money. You're like,
And
oh my
we
God,
don't-
you have to like run.
And we don't like that. Other people other people get there right, like, as they're letting them off the buses. I can't do that.
No.
I have to be there, put my stuff in my room, relax. You
And
know,
like, we have to know where the buses are, like, to get our kids.
Exactly. So one morning we're standing outside and the cab wasn't here. We're waiting because they said any minute. Make a long story short, it was any minute turned to like 30 minutes, I think 40 minutes, whatever, and we're waiting. And I was getting so mad because, A, I have a bad knee, so the longer I stand on it, so that plus me wanting to, the anxiety of knowing I had to be at work, and it was getting later, I was like, it was kicking in full drive, and I was just going crazy. I literally turned my head because my sister was looking
I was
down
looking towards the main
highway
yeah.
over here, and she was looking for it because we live right off of a major highway, and I turned the other way and just screamed.
She was like, ah, like screamed,
and then
I turned.
at first she didn't know. At first she didn't know it was me. She thought that because we have kids around on
yeah,
our
I
block.
turned and I go, who the hell just did that? And then I just catch her at the end going, I'm sorry, I had to. And, I go, and I like lost it. I was hysterical laughing. I was like,
even the whole way in the car.
like in the car, I'm literally hissing in the back. And then she's like, what are you laughing at? I go, you really had to scream? I was like, I understand that you were frustrated, but geez, like,
Yeah, well, that's how frustrated I was. Where I think about it, like by you saying, "Oh, it has to get here," that's making it worse. I'm looking around. I know that she's not telling me that they're coming, so I just had to like release it because I was like, "This is ridiculous," you know. Like,
oh my God, that's
so that's what I'm saying about screaming. Like, I know sometimes people look at you like, "Oh my God, that girl must be nuts," but I mean, I am.
We are nuts.
I am.
Well, listen, don't. Listen, everybody has a little bit of crazy in them. So.
I am, but a good crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let us know what makes you cry. Anything that really is like a touchy subject for you. Anything that
or something that makes you cry of happiness. Like, you know, I know it will make me cry of happiness. The day that somebody hands us like $50 million and says to you, "Oh, here you girls," you know, I'm like, I will cry with happiness that day.
Yes.
I know they say money can't buy love, but it can get you where you need to go when you're struggling.
Exactly.
So when that time comes, you'll hear another yell.
oh my God.
So yeah, let's end this here because I don't want to keep
Yeah.
going and like, you know, like I'm doing now.
The necklace Teresa is wearing is from Shop Miss A. It's like a chain, with the bulky chain, and the earrings I am wearing, which are really, really pretty, are from Shop Miss A as well.
Yes.
So yes, that is our word of the day. We
Yes.
hope you guys enjoyed this.
Like, subscribe, share, comment,
Keep the comments positive. Any negativity will be deleted.
and ignored.
And it's not, we're not tolerating that. We will be back. We will do one more video after this. And we'll probably do another video maybe tomorrow and the next day. We'll see.
Yeah.
But we love you guys. We'll be back.
Yes, and like our Facebook page. Follow us
on Twitter.
Yeah, just hopefully you enjoy us, and
Yep.
we would love to see our 2FG family grow.
Yes.
We would.
So hit that subscribe button, become part of the family, and join in on the fun.
Yes. Become a fat girl.
Yeah, why not?
Even if you're skinny, become a fat girl. Pick up a chicken wang.
That's right.
All right? We love you guys.
Love you guys.
And come back for more.
Love you. Mwah.